Hello, welcome to Antero Survey Solutions, and thank you for volunteering for today's survey. You have been selected amidst a group of candidates and determined to meet our eligibility requirements based on various publicly available metrics such as general location, shopping habits, internet search history, and other various data collected via our algorithm. If you feel that you have been contacted by us in error, please contact our support team, and they will have you removed from any further survey lists and future eligibility monitoring. Before we begin, we would like to inform you that today's survey deals with topics such as the supernatural, the occult, and other topics that some people may find personal or unsettling in nature. If any of these topics make you uncomfortable, please feel free to terminate the survey at this time. If at any time a question makes you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to decline to answer. If at any time the nature of the survey starts to deeply unsettle you, please feel free to terminate the survey at that time. By continuing this survey, you consent and agree that we here at Anteros hold no responsibility for any psychological damages this survey may cause. During the course of the survey, you will hear us typing to record your answers into our database. Please disregard this typing to the best of your ability and proceed with your answers. The answers of the survey are completely anonymous, but first we will need to collect some personal information for our database to ensure you are not erroneously contacted for the survey again. This personal information will not be connected in any way to your survey answers. We will inform you when the anonymous portion of the survey begins. Are you ready to proceed? Excellent. What is your first and your last name? What is your current place of residence? What is your current primary phone number? And finally, what is your date of birth? Thank you. Once again, this personally identifiable information will not in any way be connected to your survey. We will now proceed with the anonymous portion of the survey. These answers will be compiled and filed directly into our database for psychological and occult research purposes. Please answer these questions as honestly as possible. If you feel a certain question requires a good amount of thought, please feel free to pause the survey and return with your answer. Should you wish to decline to answer a question, you may state so, and that question will be skipped on your survey. You may still hear typing, which you should disregard. Once again, you are free to terminate the survey at any time, should the nature of the questions cause you any distress. It is not our goal to cause any undue distress. With that being said, let's begin. What is your current age? What gender, if any, do you identify as? Do you currently live with other people, or do you live alone? If you do live with others, what is your relationship with them? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you take recreational drugs that may alter your mental status? Do you take psychoactive drugs that are known to induce hallucinations? Do you suffer from anxiety or depression? Do you suffer from PTSD? Do you feel you get enough exercise in a week? Do you consider yourself to be a healthy or unhealthy individual? Do you suffer from any chronic medical conditions? Do you believe in the supernatural? Do you have any religious beliefs that would make you more or less open to the idea of the supernatural? If you saw something you couldn't explain through conventional logic, would you attribute that to the supernatural? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe that you've ever encountered a ghost? What was the nature of that encounter? Have you ever been in a house or a building that you believe to have been haunted? Have you ever spent the night in a house or a building that you believe to have been haunted? Have you ever experienced the phenomenon of sleep paralysis? What did you see during this experience? Do you believe that sleep paralysis is a purely medical and psychological condition? If not, what do you believe is the true cause of sleep paralysis? Have you ever opened a door to a room you've been in several times, only to briefly see a completely unfamiliar room on the other side? Have you ever felt unsettled walking through a dimly lit hallway or another liminal space? Have you ever felt trapped in a liminal space? Do you believe it's possible to be trapped forever in a liminal space? Do you know of anyone who disappeared under mysterious circumstances who you believe to have become trapped in a liminal space? What pets do you have in the household, if any? Have your pets ever seemed strangely uncomfortable in a room they're used to being in? Have your pets ever stared at, growled at, hissed at, or ran away from seemingly nothing? Do you believe that animals are more sensitive to spirits and ghosts? Have you ever heard news or other first-hand accounts of people being swallowed by the earth? Have you ever heard of news or other first-hand accounts of people encountering giant, shadowy figures in deep caves? Do you believe that there is something lurking deep within the earth? Have you ever found strange objects in the woods, such as chairs, bookshelves, sofas, beds, light fixtures, tables, or other household furniture that seem completely intact and untouched? Have you ever purchased electronics from an online retailer only to have those electronics act in unusual ways? Have you ever received a phone call from someone who you later found out was dead at the time they called you? Are you afraid of the dark? Are you afraid of knowing what's in the dark? If you gaze into the dark depths, are you afraid of something staring back? Are you alone right now? Are you sure? If you believe in ghosts, can you ever be truly sure you're alone? If you're not sure you're alone, not truly sure, then do you have any idea what's lurking there? Do you want to know? Thank you for participating in tonight's survey. Your answers were very insightful. Based on your answers, we may contact you at a later date, either for another survey, or, well, we'll let that one be a surprise, why don't we? I hope you have a wonderful day. And goodbye.